Listen to me. Real talk. There comes a time in your life where you gotta stop looking left and looking, right? Stop looking at what they're doing. Stop watching their moves, their blessings, their journey. When you keep your eyes on their life, you lose sight of your own. You lose energy that you need to put into you. And let me tell you something. When you finally make that shift, when you put the spotlight on you, everything changes. See, too many of y'all are trying to fix the world around you, but you ain't even fixed yourself yet. You want better relationships, better opportunities, better results, but you ain't giving better focus, a better effort, or better discipline. You want a better life, but you keep neglecting the engine that drives it. Yo, you. Stop worrying about who's ahead of you. Stop trying to keep up with the pace of somebody else's race. That's their lane. That's their calling. That's their timing. When you focus on yourself, on being 1% better every single day, guess what? Your life begins to align. Doors start opening. Energy starts flowing. Confidence starts growing. You don't need to chase nobody when you're busy leveling up you. Focusing on yourself ain't selfish. It's survival. It's sacred. When I started locking in on my vision, when I stopped explaining myself to everybody and just executed, everything around me started transforming. My circle changed. My income changed. My health changed. My mindset, unstoppable. You've been trying to change external situations, but the breakthrough happens when you change internally. That's where the shift is. That's where the real work happens. Focus on your healing. Focus on your growth. Focus on your grind. When you do that consistently, people will start saying, "You've changed?" Yeah, you did. You evolved. You got focus. You stopped playing with your potential. Look, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying it's going to be worth it. You're going to have to get up early when nobody's watching. You're going to have to make sacrifices while others are out partying. You're going to have to sit in silence while you build. But when the dust settles, you're going to be proud that you invested in the most valuable thing you've got. Yo. So starting today, I need you to stop scrolling, stop comparing, stop doubting, and start doing. Put your head down and grind. Grow in silence. Work in darkness. And when the time is right, the world will see the light that you were building all along. When you focus on yourself, everything changes. The world starts moving with you. Let's go. Would you like this turned into a voiceover script, YouTube description, or video format as well? Stop comparing. Start focusing. You can't grow while watching someone else's life. Real transformation begins when you take your eyes off others and lock in on you. Comparison steals energy and purpose. Focus channels it. Self-improvement is the real grind. You want a better life. Start by becoming a better you. Instead of chasing external validation or outcomes, build your character, your discipline, your mindset. Every day, 1% better. Internal change drives external results. Don't wait for your circumstances to shift. You shift when your thoughts, habits, and priorities elevate. Your results, relationships, and success follow. Growth requires sacrifice and isolation. Focusing on yourself means stepping away from distractions, toxic circles, and comfort. You may have to walk alone for a while, but in that silence, you build power. You are the engine of your breakthrough. No one's coming to save you. Your vision, discipline, and grind are the tools. When you become your own biggest investment, your life levels up in every area. Evolving isn't selfish. It's necessary. People might say, "You've changed." And that's the goal. Growth demands change. You don't owe anyone stagnation to make them comfortable. Level up unapologetically. Let me know if you want each of these points expanded into Eric Thomas style motivational paragraphs. You can't grow watching somebody else's harvest. You got seeds in your hand and you letting him rot because you're busy talking about how green their grass is. Forget their grass. You got soil too. You got the water. You got the light. You just ain't working your field. You spending all your energy trying to look like somebody else instead of becoming the best version of you. Real talk. That's why you stuck. Not because you're not capable. Not because you're not chosen. You're just unfocused. Every minute you spend watching them is a minute you're not watching your own dreams. Every time you double tap their success, you single tap your own purpose. I ain't saying don't celebrate people. I'm saying celebrate yourself too. Clap for your little wins. Show up for your own journey. If you put just half the energy you give to watching others into working on yourself, you'd be unstoppable. You'd be unrecognizable in 6 months. Stop worrying about how they're shining. Start turning your own light on. You keep looking at their pace, their race, their rewards, and you missing what God's trying to do in your life. He can't bless distracted hands. He can't elevate scattered focus. You want to win, then you got to lock in. You got to say, I ain't looking at them no more. I'm looking at me. I'm working on me. I'm pouring into me. You focus on you and watch how doors start opening. Watch how your confidence rises. Watch how your circle upgrades. Watch how your mind transforms. That power you've been looking for. It's been in you the whole time. You just had to stop watching them and start believing in you. The grind ain't about outworking somebody else. It's about outworking the version of you that keeps slacking, keeps making excuses, keeps folding under pressure. See, real success ain't about the money, the car, or the status. It's about mastery of self. You're waking up every single day and making a conscious decision to be better than yesterday. That's the grind. That's the mission. That's what champions do. Some of y'all got dreams bigger than your discipline. You got vision, but you ain't got the habits to match. That's why you stuck. That's why you frustrated. You're doing just enough to survive, but not enough to elevate. You know what's crazy? Your next level is already inside of you, but it ain't gonna come out with comfort. It ain't gonna come out with distractions. It's gonna come out when you lock in, when you sacrifice, when you decide that your personal growth is the priority. You got time for Netflix, time for gossip, time for scrolling, but you ain't got time to journal your goals. You ain't got time to read, to pray, to train your mind, your body, your discipline. That's the gap. That's the reason. You want the results, but you don't want to commit to the process. The moment you start getting serious about you, your mindset, your habits, your energy, everything around you begins to shift. Your environment don't change by chance, it changes by choice. So I need you to choose you today. I need you to wake up with a hunger to improve every single piece of who you are. The grind ain't glamorous. It's lonely. It's quiet. But when the lights come on and they ask how you did it, you're going to smile and say, I worked on me. That's how I won. You want a new level, then become a new person. You want better outcomes, then become someone who deserves those outcomes. You keep looking for shortcuts, for hacks, for motivation. But what you really need is transformation. And transformation don't happen when it's convenient. It happens when you get tired of your own excuses. When you say, I'm done living like this. I'm done thinking small. I'm done shrinking myself. Everything you're praying for, peace, purpose, abundance, it's all waiting on the other side of your discipline. Not your wish list, your discipline. You gotta change your mindset. You gotta start thinking like the person you want to become. Stop saying, I'll try, and start saying, I will. Stop saying maybe one day, and say, day one starts now. You can't attract next level blessings with first level focus. You got to grow into what you're asking for. And let me be clear, this ain't no overnight thing. This ain't a one-day fix. This is daily. This is moment by moment. It's every morning you wake up and choose to fight for your future. It's every time you shut down that negative voice and say, nah, I'm better than this. You got to reprogram that mind. You got to change what you believe about yourself. Because when your belief shifts, your behavior follows. And when your behavior changes, everything around you starts to move. You want the house, the car, the business, the peace, the legacy. Then upgrade the person trying to get it. Grow your patience. Grow your self-control. Or grow your hustle. It's not the world that needs to change. It's you. And when you shift on the inside, the outside has no choice but to follow. That's where the real power is. That's where the magic starts. Change you, and you'll change everything. Some of y'all can't grow because you too attached. You attached to comfort. You attached to people who ain't even rooting for you. You scared to walk away from circles that keep you stuck. But listen to me. You can't take everybody with you to the next level. This ain't a group trip. This ain't a team lift. This is you versus you. And until you get okay with being alone, you'll never tap into the full power of your purpose. You want elevation, but you're afraid of isolation. Come on. You gotta be willing to disappear for a season so you can reappear stronger. People gonna wonder where you went. Let them wonder. You ain't gotta explain your silence. Let your results be the loudest thing about you. While they out partying, you studying. While they sleeping, you working. While they wasting time, you building legacy. That's the difference between average and phenomenal. There's a version of you waiting on the other side of your discipline. But you'll never meet them if you stay distracted. That version don't live in comfort. That version don't entertain drama. That version don't settle for mediocre circles. That version lives in focus. And focus requires sacrifice. You gotta stop trying to please everybody. You gotta stop explaining your journey to people who don't even understand your calling. Not everybody's supposed to get it. Not everybody's supposed to clap. But that's okay, because the real ones, the right opportunities, the right energy, they'll find you when you become the person who's ready. So go ahead, get quiet, lock in, shut down the noise. It might feel lonely now, but you ain't losing anything. You're positioning yourself. You're setting the foundation. And when it's time to rise, you won't just shine, you'll blaze. See, you waiting on the right moment, the perfect time, the right opportunity. But life don't work like that. You create the moment. You become the opportunity. You want something you've never had. Then you gotta become someone you've never been. You gotta build that version of you from scratch. No blueprint, no backup, just belief and grind. You gotta wake up and say, I got this. I might not know how yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. Some of y'all keep outsourcing your breakthrough. You think if you just meet the right person, or get lucky, or get discovered, everything will change. No, it changes when you change, when you stop blaming, when you stop waiting, when you start grinding like your future depends on it. Because it does. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you build momentum. Every time you show up when it's hard, when it's cold, when you're tired, you grow. You think greatness just shows up. Nah, it's built brick by brick, decision by decision, when nobody's watching, when you don't feel like it, when it ain't convenient. You show me a beast, I'll show you someone who took full ownership of their life. No excuses, just execution. You already got everything you need. You just ain't activated it yet. That vision, it's yours. That dream, it's yours. That success, it's already written. But you gotta earn it. You gotta go get it. And it starts when you stop waiting for someone else to push you and start pushing your damn self. The real you, the powerful you, the unstoppable you, is not on the outside. It's in you. It's always been in you. Now it's time to unlock it. Get up. Get focused. Get serious. You are the engine of your breakthrough. Start acting like it. See, some people want you to stay stuck so they can stay comfortable. They don't want to see you grow, because your growth makes them reflect on their lack of discipline. Your evolution makes them uncomfortable with their own excuses. But that ain't your problem. You weren't put on this earth to stay small for the sake of somebody else's ego. You were put here to rise, to build, to break generational chains. And that can't happen if you keep watering dead plants. You outgrow people when you start outgrowing patterns, when you stop gossiping, when you stop wasting time, when you stop settling, when you start setting boundaries, choosing peace, investing in your growth. That's when folks start saying you've changed. Yes, you have. You started treating yourself like you matter. You started respecting your own time. You started putting value on your energy. That ain't arrogance. That's alignment. So I need you to get okay with being misunderstood. Get okay with losing people who ain't meant for the next chapter. Everybody can't come. Everybody ain't built for where you're going. You keep trying to drag folks who want to stay average into a space meant for champions. Let them go. Let them watch. Let your elevation be their education. This journey of growth, it ain't about pleasing people. It's about honoring your purpose. You can't fulfill your destiny while living in fear of opinions. You weren't created to fit in. You were created to stand out. And yes, when you focus on you, when you level up, when you set standards, some people will walk away. Let them, because what's waiting on the other side of your evolution? Peace, purpose, power. So keep growing, keep shining, keep becoming. You've changed, and that's exactly what was supposed to happen.